In the clear, looking for a singular strap of good luck, and let's see if they just bestow it upon us. No. Restorative Calico actually could be pretty darn good. I've never had a Calico run. Shielded Grenade could be good, especially early and mid-game. Big damage, huge extra little shield there, and then we can get the rest of our items going off based off of that shield. Use another weapon. I've always wanted to try this guy. And with Restorative, when he does go off, get a big crit, it'd be a huge heal too. So perhaps we just look at some weapon spam. I mean, non-weapons, not exactly what we're probably looking for. Guess I could look for a Julian. But I'm kind of sitting here and I'm like, what if I just get this guy boonking a little bit and overheal? Well, I want a Fang. I wanted Bananable's skill, because if this guy really was hitting like a big hit, right, a big heal, then no matter when you were, even if you couldn't go off fast, because clearly he's not, but if he had like a huge crit heal later on, it was like 400 heal, and it could just overheal you, and you could still get that haste, because it doesn't matter when you get the overheal with that Bananable skill, it's just the first time you overheal that you get the haste all your items for 2 seconds, right? But a Fang will be really good. We want as many quick items as we can get, so probably just a Fang, Katana, and then get this guy's damage up as much as we can, so that when he does crit, it absolutely slaps ball sacks. And that's kind of what the thought process is right now. Maybe even just a double barrel with as much ammo as it can, because it goes off pretty quick too, and double cast. So, perfect, that's a good start right there. Revolver jumps out to me. If I could find something like an Uzi from a certain fight, that would be really nice. But that's a little more rare. What kind of weapons do you have? Okay. And this guy on board is what we're going to want to do, and get him stacking as quickly as we can. You're not technically aquatic. And a piranha's good, though. But I don't want to roll for you right now. Narwhal, also 4 seconds. Good for us. And board's going to expand, so quite literally I can put you on. So perhaps we just do so. And also, Shovel can give us... I guess I could have got Clamor as well. You 2 plus 10. I think we'll roll this. It'll give us an item each day. It'll dig up a small item from any hero. And sure, let's go String. It'll be a nice little early boost. And we do have friends, so we can go to Tiny Furry Monster and get a skill. What if he gives us upgraded Strength? Okay, or just gives us 5% crit chance across the board, which is good. Any base crit chance we can get on this guy is even better, because that means we don't have to stack it up. So, that's interesting too. Darling Wolf. Okay. Not a great day 1, but the potential to get this thing really, really strong is certainly there. I hate Dooley. He has so much charging. So much charging. Like day 1, and he gets just to put this thing on board, has a way to scale, an item that just immediately charges. Now I'm gonna die. Why does this thing start with like 4 ammo, 4 seconds? Like, bro just has the items. Dinosaur. Sometimes cool is reduced by 3 seconds. You have at least 4 other dinosaurs, tools, or relics. I guess it's quite technically possible, and to get that going, mostly from tools or relics, but that's one tool, so we just need to keep Shovel on board the whole game. Yeah, genius. Probably wouldn't get attached to that. That's probably not going to happen. Let's do another skill, looking for anything damage. Again, yeah, if I can just get that going, perfect. Right eye would be good too. We want to get this guy's crit chance up, like I said, as much as we can. Base. A lot of good ammo weapons. I'm at the point when I want to... I could look up this guy's upgrade. I just want to see what it does. So it does 10% base damage. I think went up a little bit there. Okay. Stacking 10% each time is no joke. Ventriloquist Dummy would not even be good because it wouldn't be our only friend. Shadowed Cloak, though. Shadowed Cloak sounds pretty goated. So imagine we have either just the Fang on there, you put a Katana on Shadowed Cloak, it's just going off, going off, going off, going off, stacking up the crit chance on this like crazy, and then getting some way to get more damage on this while that happens, and then when this thing goes off, that's when it does the big crit. That's kind of what we're looking to get towards. Something crit there. For 50, I think it was the Narwhal. You can see this at 5%. Wish you could have done that in the last fight. Honestly, we hit a nice crit from a couple things. Yeah, that's perfect. That's what we're looking for. would have gone bonkos mode. At this point, we'll take that out. We'll put this on top of the Fang here. We keep stacking Julian up as well. Let's go here. We can get a weapon or apparel, so it could be a nice weapon. Zorik is not bad. Some extra haste on board. Probably something we want to look towards. Do I want to haste you, though? Yeah, probably. And we can even put Julian on board now. Not that he's a huge boost, but when he can go off, and actually we could just haste him. I'm going to do that. That's 12 gold that we gain, which is 12 gold straight into Julian. So now that makes Julian actually more viable. And we can hit Curio and start pumping our damage up a little more. Start selling stuff again for Julian. We stack a Chimeric for later. And all this money will go right back into Julian, so he's 30. As we enter here, do I want to put the damage right into this guy? I think I do, because... Or put it into Fang. We do want good damage on our items as well, you know? We don't just want... I got scared that I got a stash glitch there for a second. We don't just want all the damage on this guy, because then we need stuff that kind of hold us up. Knee brace is fascinating. As we wait... That one's just a little expensive, but we're going into a fight anyways. And I do want to raise his base heal as well. But I don't really want to spend 6 on it, to be honest, even though I could sell it back for Julian. It's like a, I don't think so moment. If we're going to do knee brace, then we should do it now. If we're going to do knee brace, maybe I just put Dinosaur back in. Dinosaur, however you want to say it. I'm not going to overpronounce that every time. This guy is doing 40 now, which makes me think we don't do Dinosaur. But if we don't do him, then we're not doing Narwhal either, which is going every 4 seconds, which I really like. But at this point, now that we have the Shadowed Cloak, I feel like our best bet is to just let the Fang go off as much as it can to stack up Calico. He's going up 10% each time now, starting at what, base 5%? 10%, because we did put that Eagle's Eye Talisman on him. It is a dually, so really, most builds probably would never matter anyways. Big crit Calico. Oh, let's go! You know what I mean? Even just right there, that little crit was pretty sick. And here comes Julian. So now this, even without a crit, will be pretty sick. And there it is. Big 216, big 264. So even that's just at silver with a little bit of damage on him. Went pretty crazy. So that's what I'm saying. We can get that going, get our full board, have a fully hasted like Katana with this Shadow Cloak, or just the Fang is nice, and just get them stacking up like that, and get as much base damage on this guy as possible. That when he does go off, he just goes boom, big heal, big damage. We go kind of crazy bones with it. And I want to get him leveled up to gold as quickly as I can. Bayonet's not even... It's putting you use another weapon though, so I'm pretty sure this wouldn't actually get used. This is just extra damage, so not the best. You're 7 seconds, a little bit too long. We want fast weapons. Sure, you're still a fast weapon. You're going to come on board when we fully expand if we don't have any better options. Weapon to the right that says 15% crit chance. I mean, we could literally put this out here, even though we can't get the best part of its passive, just to give extra crit chance to this guy so we don't have to stack as much crit chance. Because that is the other way you could do it. Medium and larges. I do still want to look for a katana if I can find one, or like I said, a double barrel can go kind of crazy, because at 4 seconds, this immediately gives this guy 20% crit chance. And by the time it goes off again, he has 20% more. It's like, this is an item that can go off so much and actually do some pretty good damage, especially if Julian can go off for him. Which the problem is now, he'll go off twice before Julian even goes off. Oh, and Bottled Lightning is interesting too. Okay. When you burn, reload this one ammo. It's actually interesting there. 6 seconds, not the worst thing in the world. Cannon's not even that disinteresting, but we're gonna chill a little bit. See about this fight. This guy again has the Uzi. He kind of scares me though, because we don't have the greatest sustain if we don't get lucky with his crits and when he goes off. But we don't need knee brace on board for the fight. Just we don't need knee brace on board for the fight. We could pump Narwhal instead, which is another item getting this guy up. But I'm just gonna do Street Gamer because he has a ticket, so we could get a ticket off of him. And when you use a small item, heal 5, so quite literally that is healing, which should cleanse things like burn and poisons. So getting that up early is not even a bad idea. It's like, yeah, does Julian go off where we win? He does. And then Calico didn't even crit. What was your crit chance at, though? 110%. Okay, maybe it was at 90 before these two went off, and that's why it didn't crit. Your weapons gain damage for the fight. Honestly, with that at a 4-second cooldown, we can just pass that between. That might be the ticket right now until Julian's like really thick. Even when Julian is really thick, he's not necessarily going to be like a has to have on board. This is nice.
Make me proud.
Still thinking about a katana. Do I really want to spend to get him base 30? Not particularly. Old Salt Claw is also quite interesting. When you haste or slow, this gains 5 damage. Every time this goes off, it hastes. In the future, we could, and Zorka could haste. If we get some burn on board, we could really get Zorka going. It's just another thing that we can scale a little bit. I'm just looking, because board's going to expand here, and we need to decide what we want to do. Let me decide that you're out of here. You're nice because you're 4 seconds. You're 6. Guaranteed crit, nice little burn. A little too slow, though, taking up spots that we don't want to waste time on right now. I like the idea of you. Let's get out of this shop. I'm not going to waste money on this. It's normal right now. Let's move you over. Let's see if we want to upgrade something. If we just upgrade Julian, then he'll go down to 10 seconds. If we just upgrade the knee brace, then we can really start banking some more health right now, which would be pretty sick. If we upgrade Shovel, we can keep econing a little better for Julian. It really depends what we want this board to look like, because I'm starting to think what I might want it to look like might be on this next day like this. As much as I want to put this in, but every 4 seconds your weapons gain 3 damage, which is a little more. Again, this guy does double crit damage, and that goes 2 healing as well. Getting his damage up any little way we can is nice. So in 8 seconds, I'm just trying to think about that, like the second time this guy cast. It's only 3, which is 6. Yeah, which is... yeah. Just thinking with Julian. If you want to put Julian on board, then we'd probably preclude these two and keep it like this. Which, if we're going to do that, which I think I might...
well...
he's at 51. 51 on a guy who can get to 100% crit chance pretty quickly with this board, and then has double crit damage, is pretty huge. And we can actually just upgrade the knee brace anyway, so I do want to put the knee brace on board. And if we're running it like this, then what we should do is take Salt Claw off board and put the revolver, just because it's 4 seconds. Yep. Again, we can haste Julian instead of hasting this guy, just so we can get him going off even faster. I don't know if that's the right choice, because you go off at 6, and you give 2 seconds of haste. Okay, actually, I think that's kind of
you should know,
goated.
I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
We could have even not taken or kept our cloak combo with the Fang on board, or with how much is going to go off. Really, it's about if we can scale and then one-shot him with Calico. Or not one-shot him with Calico, but... well, actually, yeah, kind of one-shot him with Calico before he can scale too much. But it looks like it's going to be a no, because he didn't actually crit there. Like, now he's at 100% crit chance. Like, see how fast we can get there? We still did a good amount of damage. And Julian went off actually pretty darn quick. But... 48, 110... yeah, he needs to crit.
Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight.
Dealing with dualies sucks too. I mean, that's just unlucky. That's the luck part of the Bazaar, where you can't pick your battles. Oh. Well, certainly not going to sell you with that value. This is interesting too. Probably wait till it gets to gold and then see what it turns into. Let me just look at JJ.
Let's chat.
Vince is interesting to proc Zorkid, because we could do it with less weapons and weapons that just go off fast. Like if this is perma-hasted, actually if Fang is perma-hasted from Zorkid, then we don't need Shadowed Cloak. So we could have this as the Vince instead, and once the Vince goes off, then it just pumps Zorkid a bunch, which puts even more haste out, which is even more weapons going off, which can get to Julian going off. We don't need knee bracing, of course, while we're in the middle of a fight of PvE. I think you're not coming in. I like the idea of you.
Oh, how about this weather where
The idea of that's not bad either. Let's just get that to silver for econ in the future. And we'll save, go to the PvE, and then check shops after that. Or just get 6 buckies, or we get a different weapon from here. Let's check a weapon. Okay, there's that Uzi we were talking about. Now that is actually fascinating instead with this, because that goes off once and then just perma-haste itself and will be a 1-second trigger with 6. So that itself can get this guy up to 60%. So then we can actually start trading in, as high as that's gonna go, some like less weapons and more scaling and survivability. Prince Mariana's kind of exactly what we don't want because he has eels. So let's go to this guy. Honestly, that invuln potion could be fine for us right now. Even the cannonball, because you can see how fast this is stacking up now. Look how much that's going off. And boop, we were already 100% there, I think, by the time he actually went off. So that's perfect. And then Julian goes off. See, we're out of the Uzi, but this is about to go off and hit really hard. At 200%. Honestly, a swashbuckle would be pretty sick with this guy. I could see that. Get a swashbuckle next to him, the more we do other items, then the more his damages go up, more his heal goes up. It's all about having to survive long enough to get him off, and then having him actually be able to one-tap is the way that we'd be able to win with this guy. Could I upgrade Julian again? Okay, that's the only reason I went here.
Bring it back.
I wouldn't mind getting a gold shovel, too, for econ. Question is, what is our fight going to look like here on the next day? Because now that you're down to 9, that's pretty sick. With you at 9, we need to haste you. Do I want to haste the Fang as well? I like hasting the Fang for sure. Let me think. 7, 9 seconds. Back to 7. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The thing only needs like 7 seconds to get rid of all of its ammo, really. Assuming that it doesn't get slowed or frozen or anything. And by the time it does that, you'll have gone off 2 more times. Uh-huh. Which will put you basically at 100%. So I'm thinking we don't particularly need these guys. Because I'm even thinking... 1, I want knee brace on board for the fight is one part of it. But 2, I'm like, we have invuln potion too, which is very nice for us. And 3, volcanic vents is nice just to charge this guy up. I'm gonna have the board like this for the next fight though. Do I want to sell anything for the shovel since we're econing it? I kind of do. Do that for me.
I used to offer a free ride home.
Because golds every day will be nice for Julian, who's up to 75 actually.
When you're ready, I'm here for you.
What are you? Weapons at 4 damage for each weapon you have? That's honestly not bad. First time you slow each fight freeze. We don't have any slows right now. In the future, we probably will. I don't really want to sell for rolls. I'm just going to take this right now. And again, any bit of damage this guy gets, he's one of those guys who, with the double crit damage, makes enormous use of it. We're just going to take the shield here because that's what we need to really get going. Idea is that this guy only has to go off twice and we can one-tap with him. Because if he goes off the first time, we'll get a nice heal from it. He'll hit pretty hard, I'm assuming. But then we'll be out of Uzi ammo, which doesn't really matter. We're mostly having the Uzi ammo there to get the crit chance up on Calico. This guy has a wild board. He's going to get a lot of turbo out of that. A little bit of freeze, which of course the freeze has to hit Julian, because why not? Which made it to where Calico didn't get the boost, which by the way, we're at 130%. But once Calico goes here, there you go, 417, pretty good, considering that's about half that guy's health bar right there. And even base, 139. Okay. How much damage you do overall? 609? We're getting there, we're getting there. Yeah. Okay. I think you're starting to see what I'm getting at here, what I'm trying to build. Now, building it better is everything that we're trying to chase down right now. You slow charge this 2 seconds. Fascinating. I'm just keep looking at weapons from those because you can get weapons from any hero, just like this Uzi. And that's the kind of stuff we need to look at. I want to get this guy to gold as fast as we can, by the way. Yep. Okay, now with 15%, we don't have to worry at all. By the time he goes off with his first hit, he will definitely be critting. So that's pretty peak. To the point that I don't even think we need Zorkid particularly anymore. Water cooler. Bro looks like my uncle at the function. When you use an adjacent friend, charge this 1 second. Is interesting with his Zork on board. Permanently gain 15 max health. I'm going to say probably not, but I'll hold him for a second. Holding my whole board for a second because I'm just kind of thinking. We don't need you on board when it comes to the next fight, so I can move you. And I'll keep you on board just because I think your survivability that you can give me is really nice. Ice Pick is interesting, honestly. I really like it as an item. I'm just going to look at these other smalls to see what we can find. Even just having Silencer on this guy for 20 more damage, which is 40 with a crit, which is, well, like, double crit damage up to 80 or whatever. It is kind of nice. Obviously, it's better when it's single weapon. And lighter. If we're going to run Zork a little bit, that's kind of the option I like better than old Salt Claw. You know? You have a lighter in here. The more this guy can go off, the more he can get haste for Julian. And we have to look at Sabretooth because we have to try to get his skill. But we also, I'm going to say this again, have to try to get Shiny Fang. This or this takes us to the Shroomy Mooney. We can take this Fang off, put a Shiny Fang in. That will double cast 3 seconds instead of just one casting. There you go, 222. We need that to get higher. You had gone off. It's basically just about getting Julian up as quickly as we can. Obsidian Julian too. Honestly, that's fine. You can sell that for 8. That'll give us some extra capital here. Sell skill upgrades. I wouldn't mind getting any of these up, to be honest with you. Particularly this, I think. So let's go ahead and sell for that. Not much of a boost, but again, when it's one of these double crit damage items, any kind of little damage boosts you get are pretty monumental. We have some silvers I do want. So let's look silver aquatic. Maybe it's an old Salt Claw. Maybe it's a puffer fish. Not quite what we're looking at right now. I could make him obsidian later, and you could really pump that, but if I make anything obsidian, it's probably going to want to be the Julian. And I just want to put as much money in as I can into this guy, because he's plus 100 at this point, which is pretty darn sick. And we'll see if we can get a fight. We'll take a fight. Again, it's another crack at Sabretooth, which is another crack at his skill or the Shiny Fang. I'm sure really pay attention here, because I'm trying to see with this lighter. So it goes, I'm trying to see, okay. Yeah, see, he's already 100%. He's 130% by the time he goes off. So truly, we don't even need the lighter on board to get more procs of Zorkid. These two weapons are all we need to get him to 100% before he goes off. That being said, we do like this Zork so we can haste the Orange Julian. More than anything, though, my point to this is, do I want to take the lighter out like this and keep the knee brace in for a little bit extra health? And after this day, I would probably sell it. I'm kind of like, yes, I do. This just being a medium takes up so much space, but this combo is what gets him going so fast. But at gold, we don't even particularly need that at this point, I feel like. Maybe he's at diamond, I kind of take that apart. Otherwise, it's like this, and probably even like this, even though those wouldn't go as much. And then, do you just Salt Claw? But you're not wanting to Salt Claw as much. I was just thinking you could even put lighter with Shadowed Cloak, haste some other stuff. I'm gonna run this for this fight. And we'll see about selling that Chimera Cake tomorrow too, once it gets to gold. See what we can get out of that. Maybe we get a nice friend out of that. I could wait till it's diamond. We'll see if we need to econ it tomorrow. Trebuchet, this is going to be scary. Oh, he got the Shiny Fang that we were looking for. He only has a bronze Julian. Not as much damage on his as ours, but I don't think it's going to matter particularly because we didn't get the right timing. Okay, Zork. Good job, Zork. I was like, we didn't get good timing on this guy going off, so like, he hit at just a bad time, and he had a really long cooldown, so getting him haste would also be really good. Yeah, I should probably Zork him instead of the... Yeah, let's change that up. But also, Invuln Potion saved us there with a second invulnerability, and Zork came in, and since we have Julian, he was actually hitting for a decent amount. He was able to save us there. I like the idea of a burn item for pumping Zorg. Let's move this over. But skills are something that this build could really flourish off of. I mean, first time you follow half of these, he's 2 items, 2 seconds. I wish this was haste all items. I'd rather not spend 20, even though I like having that. If I get the diamond, it would be out of the loot pool. Just starting 25 damage on everything for the day would be really nice, especially trying just to get to 4 wins. I'm trying to think of what large items we'd even want to look into. Water Wheel could be a possibility. Sea Dog Saloon could be a possibility. Would throw out a bunch of slows and a bunch of haste. And then we could even shuffle it into like a Sea Shadow. It's possible. It is possible. Let's check. I want to see these. Eels is interesting too. The more eels goes off, you know, could stack this guy up quick. Boulder. Could pivot into a boulder run. Do I particularly want to do that? I mean, not really, because we're like stacking a Julian and stuff. We could even pivot to Tortuga a little bit. He would throw some haste out. Get charged up by everything. Could be good as well. Let's check this second page, because I'm like, Crow's Nest Treb, Captain's Quarters. Could reload this guy and this guy. Charge a tool. What is a tool on this board? So, nothing. Weapon, it's only 1 weapon. Yeah, I mean, that item is just made for flagship. Like, if you're going flagship, that's your goo. Otherwise, it's like, that's not really what you're looking for. Oh, you're not quite there yet. Okay, well, we're gonna wait till you're gold, at least. Let's try Trash Golem. I'm trying to get, like, if this dropped, that'd be nice, because I want to just put as much money into this guy as I can. Even Powder Keg wouldn't particularly be bad. Let's see, what are you at? 5. Yep, there you go. Only 270 crits, because this guy's got slow the whole time, right? So if he goes off again, I'm not gonna get to see, but he would have had a really nice crit right there. Having them hasted, though, from the Zorg, I think was a better choice. 6 times, 3 times on the Fang. Okay. And perfect. That's the thing I wanted so I could sell it.
Now this is how you
Upgrade
win
to
a
silver
war.
or lower. Could even upgrade the cloak if you want to keep it on board. Could even upgrade the knee brace if you want to keep knee bracing, but at a gold tier. You're not that guy, pal. Could even upgrade old salt claw if we want to have something else scaling with us. Move this over. Just thinking and stanking. Or the classic, you could just do Zorkid to get 3 seconds of haste coming out of this guy, especially when we don't have a burn item on board for him.
Don't tell me form if you're Smith. That
Is
guy
very interesting.
wrong. The fire softens.
I don't want to keep this on board for that much longer, but even if I get 2 days out of this, it'd be 600 health. I'm kind of just like, we have been winning days because of having a lot of health on us. Haste, slow down, cool down. I like seeing what kind of items the doc can have for us, but I'm like, this could be some good stuff here. We get Econ the Fission Rod as well. Would be nice. Of course, they show us that again. There's Salt Claw. We still wanted to do him, which I'm not completely disinterested in. And we could just get the damage up base from this, but I feel like buy-selling is so good here. I mean, I could pump up the burn on our lighter. I could have 4. Well, I could give it 4 more, which actually isn't that bad. Especially if I do kind of want to run that. I mean, I might be running it later. Let me just... Not necessarily running it right now. It might be better, but... I'm not going to go too crazy on it, pal. Because I want to roll and check this side too, just in case there's anything crazy bones here. 4, you're 5. It's funny, this thing is small. And it's 5. What's going on there? What's going on there? Dink, dink, dink. Okay. And do I want you as well? Probably. Just doing this all before the fight so we can get as much in Julian as we can. Your weapons gain 4 damage. Maybe it's across the board. These guys aren't doing much damage. This guy scales a little bit. It would be better if this was silver, which I quite literally could have done. Again, I didn't think I wanted to do that. You're not bad perma-hasted too, you know? Especially if you're like this, and perma-hasting yourself and him. This just saved us last time. I'm like, it can be genuinely so good. You are at 137 now. A pig scares me. He's not doing that well, but we might be the exact guy that he can counter. But if he... Oh, that is actually kind of scary. Oh, it's 11 times casting? I have a lot of health. Does he have crit? It doesn't have any crit. Use item. Okay, he's gonna have a lot of slow on us. If we scale up here, the next time Calico goes off, he should beat the chunk out of this guy. And you see that invuln potion go off right there? Yeah, 625. Okay, pretty good. That invuln potion went and took like the first 3 chomps, 4 chomps out of the beast of burden there, which is kind of what I'm saying. You just needed to chomp, 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 eat it up, and then Calico goes off. We get to 4 at least.
Will inspire the
I still want to get some better scaling. I mean, that was like a lucky enemy for us to fight. It wasn't like, you know, what 2 times we'd lost where it was some very unlucky enemies we hit. I don't have a bunch of money, but I can sell. Haste or slows, charge this. Then you could burn a bunch and make Dorky go a bunch. Which is actually kind of interesting. But I can't finally sell this Chimeric Egg, which I kind of want to do. Yeah, let's check out items. See about selling this Chimeric if I need to. I like Spyglass. I do. I like Captain's Wheel. Just wondering where I would put that with to make things particularly pump fast, but I'm not quite sure at this moment in time. They really, really want me to run pufferfish. That's like we've gotten like 2 of them, seen like 3 or 4 in total. If I can just get this guy to diamond, that would be so peak. 8 seconds. Pearl, love it as an item. Not quite what we want to see right now. Man, imagine if we could make this obsidian and then it was going off really quick with the Uzi. That'd be kind of funny. But, not particularly thinking that's what we want right now. Unforced, not really hitting what we want. This is when we'll put the lighter in, most likely. Actually, I'm not going to put the lighter in for 1-5. I'm going to put this guy in. Put Salt Claw in here. We'll get a little more damage across the board because of our skill. Chilliest of Charles is fascinating. Let's check out the Joyfuls of Jack. Because that guy could be something. You heal or regen, charge 1 poison item, so if we get some poison items later, it could be something. 70. Yeah, so you're easily reaching that. Soul Claw, yeah, see, I wanted to see what Soul Claw was scaling like. And honestly, not bad. 305 when he goes off there. Obviously, this is doing most of our scaling. He's scaling a little bit off everything else. You do get 4 haste off. You are getting some haste. Just want this guy to hit harder.
Rally, men! Blades to the wind!
I'm trying to figure out how to do that. And it's really just I need more damage on him. Which, I mean, that is a little more damage. Or like, could I have like a right-handed or a left-handed that I could just plop on him right now just for a big boost? Because I would like that. Let's look. Yeah. But also when you crit, your weapons gain 5 damage for the fight. Which is scaling later. But nothing else has crazy crit chance. So like it'll only scale itself up by 5. That's kind of the problem there. Whereas I can just take this and rearrange a little bit. Like dirt. But you're not even staying in for the fight, I don't think. And we can't just get some health. Let's go ahead and do so. I do want to get him to diamond. You know, Julian getting 8 seconds would be very nice. I really want to check Pearl. But getting a relax shield is so good before a fight. Let's check you out. I don't think you're coming in. Oh, man. Mediums, too, because I could get Julian. Might be some good larges that I'm not even thinking about that could go crazy with it. Let's check
You're
Pearl. I
tired?
feel like there's some things.
Fumes? Where should we
Use a
start?
weapon. This gains shield for the fight. Kind of interesting, actually. We could charge up his shield for a little more survivability. When you use another non-weapon item, charge this. Yeah, because using non-weapon items is exactly what I'm doing. Thanks, Pearl. Shiny concealed dagger. Goated for farming? But, I don't think so. What else you got? Showcase. Okay. Showcase is actually interesting. Yeah. 35. I mean, it would just be another way to scale, wouldn't it? Huh. This game's haste, gains poison. Interesting. Or we just put an Atlatl in as well, because once Julian goes off, this thing would start fragging. I'll take that, because we're scaling with Julian right now. Having two scalers kind of ruins this whole haste thing at the beginning. I don't know if we're going to win this day, but we're going to try. And I'm honestly sitting here right now.
We're out to dethrone a king, not
Like,
to
as much as I want to do the
slaughter
Calico,
nobles. I may
like,
be young
if I
for a
got
captain,
a crow's
but I've
nest,
seen
we could go
my share of
single weapon
stories.
Atlatl with a thick Julian and just try to get him going off as fast as possible. Ooh, gosh. We're going to zap ourselves. Think absolutely silly before we even get too much going off here. Nice Julian scale. Now that Uzi's done, let's take some damage there for a second. Here comes the Calico.
Defeat
Boom!
does not defeat
See what I
me.
mean? 852. Now he's... Okay, so he is getting there. You only went off once, right? Yeah. His first hit wasn't that good, but 1245 overall. Yeah. It's getting there. Might be the last time I used knee brace. I mean, it's worked for us. That extra health has been really nice. And honestly, those eels weren't even that scary, because once this was done going off, then we were kind of done spamming. At that point, it just becomes waiting for these two to go boom, boom. Shot classes, dive weights, a lot of different ammo items in terms of weaponry. Holsters. Holsters is interesting. Flashbang is interesting too. That gives us time to really go off. Huh. Thing's about to go to diamond, so we might as well let it at this point. Make a little bit of room. Aquatics.
Those
What do you
ribbons in
got? What do
your
you
hair
got?
Look like seaweed. So cute.
I'm not trying to piggy bank a gold cove. The shell is something I've always wanted to have a nice build with. A diamond water wheel is actually very interesting. This would allow us to finally get rid of cloak, and then we have a third spot when we don't have knee brace on board. So, I mean, really, what would that look like? It's hard to show you because there's so many items. But imagine the cloak's not there. We have the water wheel surrounded by an Uzi on one side and the Fang on the other side, right? And then probably the rest of these items here. So everything's just hasted. These guys are going off like crazy, just like they have been. Everything's hasted, and that just makes this guy go as much as he can. And we could even probably get rid of Zork at that point. Can I get to that? I definitely can because I have the egg. Sorry, little egg. A heavy Wallace is not even the worst idea in the world with this setup. Okay, hold on. Need a little bit more. A little bit more juice on it. This is where Atlatl could kind of go crazy too, by the way. Yeah, hush, ring. You could be good now. Let's just get rid of him. Yeah, I know he's econing, but it's a perfect amount of money.
Scrape off the barnacles. Good as new.
Okay. So let's think about this. Again, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. It's only a 6-second duration. So yeah, it's going to charge very, very fast. 2 seconds of haste across the board. I'd love to get some rocket boost and put that at 4, but it's probably going to be infinite haste the first time it goes off. The only thing is you run out of ammo, but that's okay. As long as you can go off, you can start scaling this guy who's at 200 now. You're still hasting these two, which I do like, especially because we do still need weapons going off. But again, 15%. Yeah. What's 6 times 15? Certainly a large amount. I don't know, like most of it. It's not like 60 or something. 90. I'm not a math guy, and I'm not going to learn. Let's check out this setup and check it out against Dr. Vortex, because he has a little bit of freeze, which means he has like some disruption, and then he has some damage that can stack up, some shield. So I'm like, there, that quickly we go infinite haste. Actually hit our Calico there, which we don't really care about. Yeah. Because you gotta remember, even with these weapons all being small and stuff, with Julian just scaling really hard, they do still hit quite crazy, because this is a 1.5 second when it's perma-hasted. I wish we could get more ammo on this thing, it would be pretty peak. But still, 996 there. I really don't think we need the Zork particularly. That's really nice for selling. If we don't need the Zork, what else goes in? Well, for this next fight, knee brace. After that, I actually do like the idea of flashbang just to slow them down even more, give us time to play. And I don't even... Maybe it's just... Like, Salt Claw would scale really, really well off Julian and the haste. But then I'm sitting here, I'm like, Wallace would be good for defense, and then holsters would be good just to get off the ground. I know you're not coming back at least, so let's sell you so I can make space for this guy. Level up. Silver tier weapon. Sure, what kind of weapon do you have? I should start looking for loot items from there. That's, interesting. It's very interesting. I don't think there's a world in which I'm going to do 2 Salt Claws, but it's something. Get an item. Smalls, we gotta get this guy to diamond if we can. Okay, holsters at 2 seconds makes me think that that's probably just going to be the item we need to do. We're almost to 4,000 health. We will be there after this knee brace goes off one more time. So I'm going to do one more fight with knee brace and then probably take it out. You're Slowingtons. As interesting as you are, I'm going to say no. Seaweed could be survivability. And you're not the most disinteresting thing to me. And Bone Potion doesn't even have to stay on board either. Let's see what this fight looks like against this guy. I mean, I don't even... Let's actually see what this fight looks like with the knee brace in. Is a good thing to do really quick. So see, boop, as soon as that goes off, it's really we would need 3 seconds to get the board started. There's Julian really quick, and then Calico comes in. 1,056 crit there. If we can get Foreboding Winds, it would be the thing that would really take Calico to like crazy, crazy bones. What's your crit chance at? I didn't get to see. That's fine. I could replay the fight, but I don't want to bore you guys with that kind of stuff. Okay, a mackerel. You're not coming in. Yeah, let's do at least one more fight with the knee brace on board. I'm just selling the things I know aren't coming in, for sure. Which is honestly most of this, because... Yeah, you know, it's gonna be holsters. That's just 2 seconds. Everything started even faster. And I wanted to sell everything to Julian there because he's at 266 bonus now. This guy is doing really well, which does scare me with a Mac right now. He could just be like a Magnus Femur. He could literally bone me down before I can play. Looks like he has a lot of poison, and he's self-poisoning with a bunch of regen, which is very scary, to be completely honest with you. I'd say the only way we could survive is if we one-tap him, which we definitely could. Invuln Potion goes off. We didn't quite one-tap him. Do we still get the kill here? Yes, we do. There we go. 1965 on that crit because we stacked up another Julian. Yeah, so even stuff like that, like big regen's good, but big regen can only help if you have a big health bar. Like we're the ones with 4,000 health. If he had our health bar right there, we wouldn't have been able to kill him because his poison would have ticked over. He would have been filling his health bar enough that he could have lived. But when we can stack up Calico, it's a good counter to builds like that because their regen can't do any more than their health bar actually is, right? They can't over regen. I really want more health. At this point, though, we have enough health. I want to look for a diamond Calico as quickly as we can. More ammo on this guy would be nice too, so we're going to start looking for loot too. Not going to be any of that. Salt Claw, you really want to be on this board, buddy. This is actually interesting as well. Yeah. It's a little more base damage on board because of this skill, but as soon as Julian goes off... Which again, it's going to be full haste at all of it is. He would do plus 271 to this guy, which would then poison for that much too. I really like the idea of that. I love the idea of starting off 25 damage stronger, but I want to look for a Diamond Julian because that would just be peak. I actually love Mr. Richardson. I think he's an amazing item. I'm going to hold him in case I want to get more survivability on board. And I'm going to hold one of those too. And incendiary rounds can be something that goes kind of crazy. Okay, so it has to be obsidian on our boy here. Not even going to bore you with the details because you're smart enough. You know what it's going to do, but I'll show you anyways just because you're kind of a cutie pie. So, just double damage bonus. So now it does plus 542. So now we are at the point where with this much extra damage bonus, this should definitely be one-tapping on its first go. Roaming Isle has some like shields and stuff that he could stack up. I just want to kind of test it on him, see what this feels like. We even got our Uzi slow there, so it slows down our start. Fortunately, we are hitting... Oh my god. I was going to say we are hitting once with Calico before... He goes off before Julian, which is why I really want to pull this guy's cooldown down as much as we can. But wow. Yeah, that's 600 poison comes out because he is no longer cooldown. He's the same cooldown as Julian. Sure, I will definitely take that. I don't need any larges because this is already diamond. So, don't really care there. I could transform something. Quite literally, though, I think we just get a weapon because 4 seconds. Fascinating. We already have faster ones than that. But also, it's just something we can sell. Like, we can just sell it for 8. Oh, darn. They give us Aerodrome after. Simple would have been pretty sick for us, but honestly, this day's been pretty sick for us, regardless of Temple, so... I really want Julian to diamond, but I really want to see where this could take us. Curio has been so good for us. It's weird to take Curio here. But like I said earlier, any little bit of scaling we get, especially for this guy, any like just 1 damage you get on him is just so good. I can fill one more slot there, so let's do that really quick. I'm going to buy this whole shop out. BTWs. Most of this is going. We're going to keep slapping everything on this guy. I honestly might just put knee brace back on board. You know what? I'm not going to tip myself. Let's take knee brace off board. Holsters will stick around because I might do that later. I'm full buying this shop out. 1 hundo P. Everything is double to this guy. Oh. Oh, okay. Not really what I intended on there, but completely fine. Oh, we can start doing another Chimeric Egg. Sure, let's stack that up again. I mean, it increases every day its own value, so then when you do sell it, it's big for Julian. Go away, go away, go away, go away. Train spider. How do you train a spider? Train it to sug on D's, my favorite country. Alright, move you back over. Base 139 because of the right-handed. Very nice stuff right there. Honestly, the right-handed might even be better on this guy just because he goes off right when Julian does. And this guy goes off before him, but this is what I want the big damage to come from. Okay, you're doing just as well as us. He's actually a level ahead. We should probably still be ahead in health, if I had to guess, just because we did really well at maxing with that knee brace, which I could have still put it on the board for this day, but I'm at the point where... Is that a Sea Dogs? Okay. This is going to be a little scary, because he's going to have some slow on us. I'm at the point where I think I have enough health, which is, you see, we still do have a good amount of health over this guy. Okay, big hit there. Good poison, good poison, good poison. Bing!
I've got another salve.
Oh, I love that. And look at this guy's right about to go off again. So once he knows that poison stacking, he comes with another big hit. Beautiful. Okay, well, we get to 7 there. And now is when the game really gets hard. Getting to 10 is going to be tough. We do have a nice board, but it definitely has places it can improve for sure. Mostly just getting this guy to diamond and getting him as strong as possible, which we're doing really well because he's obsidian, of course. Which makes me want to get as many free items as we can because we can just buy, sell them. And honestly, that is completely fine. It's going to sell for 16 now. 3 diamond spare change. As much as I want to start that or check smalls, I'm like, this is just a bunch of stuff we can just sell and go crazy. Okay, actually, stuff I want in all this. I kind of like the idea of this guy having more ammo. He could go longer. He's like me in bed right now. He just doesn't last. We could go to Old Zane, because just across the board, there's some nice skills there. Pull down some cooldowns even, perhaps. Make this go even faster. And there's some haste ones, especially the one where, like, if you haste an item that already has haste on it, it gets even more damage. Like, that's kind of what I'm thinking from here. So I'm going to look for that skill, which we do have it right here. So when one of your weapons gains haste, if it already has haste, it gains 5 damage. This, also, like I said earlier, could be really good. That was the Banana Bowl skill. First 5 times use or 10 times use a slow, each fight, haste 1 vehicle. Let's go ahead and grab this. Like I've been saying, that little bit of scaling, especially now that we have blowgun, like it's great on this guy with his crit, it's great on this guy with his poison. Like you saw, that poison is the thing that killed there for us. Also, we're gonna check... Well, first we're going to sell all this. And you. I want Juggler. I do want Juggler. But there's something I want here. We're missing 4 prestige. If I can get this ring, I can get 5 prestige back and go back to perfect prestige, which could give us a better chance of living. Look at that blowpipe. He cleanses a lot of it, but then you can see Calico comes in, smacks his cheeks with the slap of God, and then the poison finishes him off with a little punch of probably our fang or something. Oh, that's perfect. First 8 times you use a weapon each fight, charge 1 item 1 second. So that's just another way to get off the ground really quick. That is probably even better than Juggler, to be completely honest with you. Regen gumballs. Let's do gumballs. The higher we can just start in damage is peak for us. Unfortunately, they don't cost anything. Quite literally, I could show you, depending on what we get. We got Pole. There is Barkum, I think it is Barkum, whatever it is. I think he's the one that buys small items for a increased price. So if you go to him, then he'll buy like your chocolate bars and gumballs for money. So really what you're supposed to do if you're really min-maxing in this game is go get chocolate bars, gumballs, and see what your next dealer is, your next vendor, and then sell them in case you can sell them for an extra little bit of money, because you would be able to sell them like at face at that point. Javali and Drum is really scary. We had a crazy Javali and Drum run yesterday. I'll have that on the end screen so you can watch that after this one. But I'm thinking we should be able to smack them pretty good here. Got our piece of invulnerability for a second. This invuln potion, honestly, if I could get more ammo, I wouldn't even put it in the Uzi. I'd put it in the invuln potion. Even that Fang's hitting for 770 on each one. This is the Vanessa run I needed. I have just been having not the best time on Vanessa yesterday, especially. And I was trying to get a great video for you guys, but this is making me feel much better. Volcus Freeze is like the thing that can really scare us. Dinosaurs also really scare us. The only thing I'm thinking with dinosaurs is we're really only okay on dinosaurs if we can go off and get this guy off before they hit us. Otherwise it'd be really scary, but obviously if they destroy Julian too, that would also suck. But like, this is pretty peak. This is pretty peak. Stopwatch is funny. It's actually wouldn't be terrible because this would go off and then stopwatch would go off and we'd have like a bunch of poison on them. We'd have like 700 poison on them. Double that if it crit. And then we could just freeze everybody's whole boards, including our own, and just let our poison kill them. So instead of invuln potion, that is also an option that we do have. I said I was going to do loot. I want cooldowns if I can get them. Even that's fine though. I don't want to do this, but I'm at the point where I'm going to put it on the blowgun because this guy is the one getting us the kills. And then when he follows up, like it's a great one too. Because the second time he goes off, he just follows up with the poison, hits him really hard, and make sure the poison can actually kill them. And we're gonna keep health maxing like we have this entire game. One of the easiest, simplest takeaways I can give you from this whole thing so far, this whole video, is health maxing is genuinely one of the easiest things you can do in the Bazaar to start getting more wins. Because a lot of times with your builds, it's gonna come down to, wow, Julian didn't go off before this guy. It's okay, 2607. Ooh. Your build just needs to go off before you can actually do something with it, right? And a lot of builds might take a while to go off. This is a nice exception. That's very nice across the board. Cooldown reduction, so we wanted. We actually wanted foreboding wins, but it's still fine. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to look in the shop. Sure. So getting health up is just a really good way to get in early and just tank stuff and get your weapons off. Because a lot of times you're going to be sitting there and you're going to be like, oh, I needed one more cast of that item. Oh, my item barely didn't go off. It would have one-tapped him. Whatever it is. And you're just sitting there, but you didn't get to do that because you didn't quite have that damage. I said I want to do blow. I should do blowgun, I think, at this point. I don't know. It's tough. It's touchy. I think they're both great, but I'm actually going to swap them like this. Upgrade an item. Yeah, I'm just going to do Julian.
Now you have no chance at all.
As much as I want to do blowgun, or even the invuln potion, because that's also a good upgrade. I'm just going to put Julian here. 7.7 second cooldown is really nice for us. This guy is doing well. I mean, he got to 7. He's at level 13 as well, so he's played well for sure. But clearly, either he lost a lot early, and then he started going crazy with it, which I think is not the case. I think he was probably doing really good early, and he's fallen off. That's just my guess with wide weapons. But he does have big ego and flurry of blows, so he is scary. Not to me, because like you gotta remember that I'm that guy, but to a different person, he's quite scary. But I see why this carried him so far through the early game with a little bit of crit there and flurry of blows, like I said, big ego, so everything has lifesteal. He was getting regen or sustain off of that. Shielded grenade here, which is even something we considered starting with, but I took my better judgment and said I think I can turn Restorative Calico into quite a crazy build, and I'm glad we did. I bought some stuff on that last day that you probably saw, and you're probably like, why are you buying that? I'm at the point now where I'm just going to spend all of our money because we can only have one more win. So I'm literally, for this shop at least, and we'll see what we get out of our PvE fight. And actually will take... I'll take the damage here. I probably should take the health. It's probably smarter. And so we just sell all this, including you, and including you because we don't have any more, hopefully no more days to win anyways, and that goes straight into Julian, who's at plus 860, 86. Jumbling my numbers here. But I'm not exactly a mathematics professor, okay? You're not going to catch me at Harvard Law teaching mathematics. You're just not going to.
Your strength
Holy
is
sh... Moly, that crit! Who was that? Was that the Fang or was that Calico? Was it the Uzi? Wait, hold on. I'm going to rewatch that one because I'm like, what? Was that the Uzi? I know I'm scaling like crazy, but I think it was. That's really funny. Yeah, I'm not counting on that guy to do most of our damage, but I love Energy Potion, actually. I really wish we got Foreboding Winds, but that's completely fine. Again, I want to just buy, sell everything that I see for the rest of this day. Buy that guy first, because he's aquatic. We can buy some other aquatics after him and get even more value on him. I don't think I'm going to be able to get Julian as thick as I did in the first video of Bazaar that I did. Which, if you didn't see that one, definitely go back and give that a watch. We did a single weapon Vanessa. Let's see what we can get here really quick before I tell you about this. Not bad. Use a weapon, it gains 9 damage for the fight. Okay. None of those are technically bad. I'm really just being greedy here because we're already so good. There's more health than you. I highly doubt they ever will, but in case they do have more health than me, a 15% reduction in our cooldowns is goated. So let's sell all this. But my Julian had 900 and... was it 994, I think it was, at the end of that video. And I was so annoyed because I was so close, you know, to getting him to 1,000. I was like, I just couldn't do it. And it made me so sad. But let's see. I don't think we're going to do it here either. Well, I need to sell you to buy anything else. No, we'll just do you. Why not? Can't buy her out, unfortunately. Well, let's get out of this shop, and then I can see. What is Julian at? Yes, baby! That is what I'm talking about. That's what I wanted. I wanted to get into Julian and get him over 1,000 damage. I thought I had the thickest Julian ever last time. Now I really have the thickest Julian. We're also a level up on this guy. He's definitely lost some fights. I think he was close to lethal, not on it, right? Close to lethal, not on it, which is good for us. Means he doesn't have that enchant. 4 is really scary with a crab claw like that. But I'm thinking we're fine, but maybe not. Okay, there it is. Did you see that right there? My invuln potion sucked up his crab claw. That is beauty. I think it did at least. You went off, right, crab claw? Yep. The invuln potion perfectly went off. 10.6 seconds, 10 seconds. But when you hit half health, it goes off too. So he hit me the first time with the multicast 1 of this, and then invuln potion's like, yeah, I think not. And then just sucks up the second hit, and then we get enough time for our poison to go ahead and kill, because this hit once for 1161. And this guy only got to crit the first time. He didn't even get to go again. If he went again, my god, we would have just crit him for, well, at least 3-4k, something like that. Peak damage on these guys even, and Julian only had to go once. Beautiful run right there. I'm absolutely happy. When I saw that Calico from those enchanted items, I was hesitant, but I was like, I know that's something that can go crazy, and I want to give it a try. And I'm really glad we did, because that turned out absolutely beautiful. Make sure we take a screenshot of that. I'm not sure, I mean, I'm going to get 6 chests there, but I'm not sure if I have enough chests for a 10 opening. So let's go check really quick. Yay! I'm up to silver 1. I'm almost to gold. Pretty excited to get there. Put XP. Let's go check. I think I do. I want to say 13. Okay. Yeah, I do then, right? Or am I at 9? Yeah, I'm at 10. I keep one chest from each season, so that's why it's like, clearly you're at 10. No, I'm at 10 for this season, though. But I need to make sure before the season ends in a few days that I have one chest of these left. Anything good? Okay. Not bad. I don't think I've ever had this. That's kind of cool. Coral, Catalyst. I don't think I had Catalyst either. Catalyst actually looks pretty sick. Like glows and stuff. It looks cooler when it's on the board, even in a run. Everything else I think I kind of had 85 gems out of that one. It's actually really nice. I'll take it. Hey, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, you want to leave me a like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you are hitting that notification bell if you do, so you get these sent directly to your inbox every single day. And at the beginning here, since I have like a audience that knows me for other games right now, this is why I have so many subscribers. I'm not getting that many views on these right now. I won't be publishing these 2 subscription boxes. So in case you don't think I uploaded today, make sure you click onto my channel page itself so you can just see the uploads for the day. Otherwise, if you want to join my Discord server, so you can go ahead and talk to me, it's down there linked in the description. Or if you want to buy some advanced GG with my code Roger10 at checkout to save you 10%, or just by clicking the link so it automatically applies, then you can go ahead and do that, and I very much appreciate that. But that is going to do it for me today, so as always, have a great day.